So, Brandon, pivoting here for a second, I do want to talk about, how important is relationships with other real estate professionals? How important is that to your business?
Oh man, that's a lot of my business. I mean, to be honest with you, we get random calls and stuff like that, but it's
Yeah.
a lot of it's like people like you, not good people that we've been working with for years.
Yeah.
They know I'm going to do a good job. They trust me.
Mhm.
So we just continue doing business, and they know once they call me, I pretty much take care of everything else.
Yep.
I call the client, I email, you know what I mean? I do everything step by step, get to the house, do the inspection,
Yep.
and send you guys a detailed report.
Yep. And
So,
and and now because I've worked with Brandon for so long, and I ask questions like a brand new homeowner every single time we talk, because I look at all of the reports that he sends to my clients, and I'll even ask. I'll say, "Hey, well, what does this mean? What does that mean?" That way, I'm able to translate it to the client if they still didn't quite understand. And so Brandon literally helped me save $15,000 for one of my buyer clients not too long ago. And what I mean by that is, so we had a situation with some relocation clients. If you remember the older couple, and they were, they're an older couple. They just retired and they wanted to move down south to be closer to their grands and other family that were here in Georgia. And so we were doing the home tour, and immediately when I saw that home, I asked the owner, "Hey, is that has that roof been changed? Is that the original roof on there?" I could tell that it was. And in the seller's disclosure, there was no indication that the roof had been changed since it's been owned. And so, just by looking at the fact that that roof, the home was built in the early 2000s, and knowing that it was an original roof that was there, I knew that that roof was more than likely uh, coming to its end of use, right? So I, just because I've been around Brandon for so long, and just real estate investing in general, I know that the cost of that size square footage home roof would have been about $10,000 to $15,000. So in the offer, I had written in that the seller were asking for a seller concession to cover the cost of replacing that roof. And the seller agreed. There was a little bit of back and forth between me and the listing agent, and I kind of walked through, hey, this roof is coming up on its end of life. It's gonna need replacing sooner rather than later, and they agreed to it. But when Brandon came out, you inspected the roof, and you actually said, you know what, the roof is actually still in really good shape. But because I had the knowledge, because I'd been around you for so long, and just kind of seeing the way that you operate, I was able to save my clients money. Of course, they'll at some point have to replace that roof, but it was still in
mhm.
really good condition. So thank you for being thorough, because you helped me save my clients a lot of money on that. And you also helped me in another situation that we'll talk about later in this podcast.